Right. You might have seen my short just a minute ago. It was more than 10 years ago. It was about 12 years ago. I was a single mum with a full-time job, 2 kids, and I desperately needed a psychiatrist. I couldn't afford one. So I wrote 1,000 words. I used to get up early before work, go to the Starbucks in my own little corner and write 1,000 words a day before work. And I finished it. It's the first thing I've ever really finished. And then it just didn't do nothing for 12 years. So me and Mark are writing a book now, and I just got inspired. So I used this Lulu. So when you actually, if you go and look at it, the biography is like, Mark's a man who lives in Bath, which I'm not. Well, neither is he.
I'm not anymore now.
You fucking liar. So anyway, Lulu, the book publishing place. I've ordered a proof, and once you've done that, it goes on Amazon or something. Now, it's accidentally £18, 18 pence. I get £3 from that. £3. So don't go thinking I'm like bloody Rockefeller these days. Mark said do an advert. So I went and put a bra on.
What are you advertising? Exactly.
Because in this day, then I said to Mark, oh yeah, in this day and age, no, in this day and age, it's probably better if you don't put your bra on when you do an advert. But anyway, and I've just realised it's all right. I've got clothes on. What's this advert all about? I got my brown shoulders out. I don't usually have brown shoulders. It's quite a revelation.
Yeah, brown shoulders. You see.
Don't move. You'll knock that over.
Right.
I'm on a tripod.
Right.
I've got some ambient lighting.
Tripod, tripolar.
My book's called Tripolar. It's 12 years old now, so it's nice and wholesome. It mentions things like Richard and Judy rather than Holly Wallaby and that weirdo field.
Holly Wallaby, I like it.
Holly Wallaby. Yeah. Mind your feet and my tripod.
Oh, wow,
You've done that before. So Mark said do an advert. So I'm going to read you some bits out. But it's, would you believe? It's 133 pages. I can't believe it. Anyway, I've got it, and I did it all by hand. I've got about 10 books, all handwritten. I can't do it now. Bad hand. It's probably why. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have helped. Yeah. So a little taster session, and then you can go and buy it. And when you've bought that, buy Mark's. And then when you've bought that, buy Mark's academic book. There's £500, and nobody understands it except Mark. So we're quite the established writers. Right. Okay, I'll set the scene. I'm reading now. 2 dogs. No! It's blind. 2 kids, 1 dog, a mother, 4 or was it 3 fish. The water was so brown she couldn't remember. 1 had puffed up and had to be buried. 1 had died of natural causes, and 1 had got stressed out when his house was being cleaned. She could relate to this one. She wondered why she had put the dog before her mother, and she remembered. It's just a joke. I love my mum. All lived happily ever after in the next council house, next to the railway tunnel. It is so irritating that ex-council houses look more rubbish than their council house relatives. Once you've bought the bloody thing, you can't afford to do it up. Bloody hell, she just Googled how many words in an average novel. 60,000. She was currently on 836. From now on, all word count numbers would be totally incorrect due to her not realising she would have to read, reread, re-reread and subsequently re-re-re do nearly everything she had written in the first place. Maths. 60,000 divided by 1,000 was 60,100 probably. Just so you know, she excelled in art and did whatever the opposite to excel is in maths. How many days is that, for heaven's sake? 13-year-old son back from the cinema said it was 60 days. That sounded okay, but she wasn't entirely sure it was right. Technically, that meant she could write 6 books in a year. That didn't sound right. You only had to look at Lord of the Rings to realise the maths didn't add up. That's a little bit, that's quite funny, isn't it? Oh, hold on. She had an immediate sense of achievement. Day 1, 1,000 words exactly. If she wrote this bit and then this, dum-de-dum, 995, 997 and 998, tortoise. Okay? Mark's laughing. Right, let's see if we can find some other funny bits, Mark.
It's full of them, these ones.
It's
You
literally,
have no problem finding
you've
them.
got 133 pages of absolute hilarity here. Here's another bit. I just pick it at random for you. She started to hear, "Piglet! Piglet!" much to her annoyance. Apparently, Piglet was lost and the rest of them were looking for him in the rain. Oh no, she thought, it's getting interesting. Man, that rabbit is so bossy. Then she had another quandary. Would mentioning some of the above mean she wouldn't be able to get her book published? Was it plagiarism? Bloody typical. She kept it in just in case. Her publisher would know about that sort of stuff. Publisher? Where'd you get one of those from? The internet. Cool. Ended up, I'm a bloody publisher myself. After a quick reread, she decided that all was well and that she probably wouldn't do a first draft after all. It's quite funny because it is anything you write for the first time is a first draft.
If you explain your jokes, Liz.
It's not funny.
No.
You might have to be a bit louder, Mark, if you're going to say sarcastic things to make people laugh about me. Keep your bloody mouth to yourself. So basically, I was trying to make the mundane hilarious because I was a single mum. I was stressed to fuck. My job was stressful. I worked in a homeless shelter. Oh my Christ. And I had to escape reality. And I went in there and brought out funny things. Just trying to find another funny bit, babe. Some of it's poignant. Talking to you.
I thought you were talking to the audience.
I don't know who I'm talking to. Any of my socks anywhere? Asked 13-year-old son back from the cinema. Yeah, replied Mum with a 4,771 word count. Where? Asked 13-year-old back from the cinema. In the sock bag, replied Mum with a 4,788 word count. In a sick bag? Asked 13-year-old back from the cinema. Yeah, replied Mum with a 4,809 word count. An argument about a boiled egg followed, only to be directly replaced by another argument about the special effects in Star Trek. I'll leave it there. Oh, hold on, no I won't. The above conversation argument was ages ago. There had been hundreds since then. It was now 16:32 p.m. and food had been consumed, websites had been served and school bus passes had been found. The last activity was far too stressful to recount in her book. Why hadn't they looked in the organic, eco-friendly sack bag which contained the box which had contained the Ramones mug birthday present in the first place? That's it now. That's enough, I think, for an advert.
Yeah.
It's nearly 9 minutes long.
Oh, it's perfectly length.
So, Lulu, and I just get £3. So, it's a bit shit. It's not really about that. It's just about what's the point in having this. I've actually got a copy. 12 years ago, I printed out all these pages and sewed them on a sewing machine together, like that. Sewing machine all the way around the edge. And then bound them in an old bit of cardboard with a bit of leather.
You should show people.
And it's that thick.
You should show people.
I can't be bothered. And you can't open it. So it's about time I did this. So even if I just get a copy for me and then I buy one for everybody I know for the rest of my life for the birthdays, that's something, innit?
Yeah.
Anyway, how do you end adverts? Please see the small print. No. So restrictions
Terms and conditions apply.
apply.